Did you guys know each other beforehand?
No.
Well, I've known him his whole life. He just doesn't know that I'm like, he knows now that I'm like, oh yeah, I know. He was telling me something on set that I'm like, I know everything about you. I grew up watching you,
Yeah, that is true.
and now you get to be my husband. Yeah. Everybody on my Instagram is like, oh my God! So they're super excited that he's here.
Why were you interested in this?
I was interested in it because I read a really good script, and they had already filmed the pilot, and I was coming on a bit late, but I saw the pedigree behind it and the talent behind it, and said that this was something that I wanted to see if I could crack. And thankfully, we had a great chemistry read, and now we're sitting in these chairs talking to you.
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
I love that. How was it starting off chemistry-wise, playing husband-wife? Obviously, you have to have that bond.
Yeah, I mean, like he said, when we read together, I knew, and I said something and was very vocal about it, and everybody else knew. And I just think he grounds the character. He's not only funny, but there has to be a strength and a vulnerability at the same time, and not only being funny, but then with the kids and all that stuff. So I knew, and it's pretty fantastic. It's easy to work with him sometimes.
Stress sometimes.
How about for you? Did it just feel natural right away?
Well, it feels natural because the material's so organic.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel forced, and it's rooted like we talked about. So everything that we do on set just comes naturally because there's this backbone that the ish writers and the creators have been adopting for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So we're coming on to a very well-oiled machine, and it just
And the writing's spectacular, so.
it really is.
Yeah, I mean, it's rare we see a kind of show that gets not one spin-off, but two spin-offs that obviously people are really involved.
And completely
very
different.
Yeah.
So different.
This doesn't feel like you have to have been a fan of Blackish to be able to watch.
Right.
People can come on and be a first-time viewer of the ish world and kind of get it right away.
Right.
I'm one of them. I really haven't seen too much of Blackish. I did a little bit of research when I realized I was playing Beau Bridges, and this is really intelligent writing, and you're not aware that there's a message behind it while you're watching this comedy.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
What about you? Had you watched, were you a fan of the original show?
Yeah,
or?
I've watched some of Blackish, and all I thought was, wow, on network TV, they're getting to do this kind of work, which is a little edgy, but still in the home of ABC. But the fact that ABC is allowing them to do this, I thought was brilliant. And all I kept saying is, the writing's really good, and well-written characters that I want to follow.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Do you guys have similarities to your characters?
Yeah.
Our characters have a lot of kids. I got that.
I only have one, but
I got another.
Yeah, that and the strength and I mean, it's a family show and it's funny, so I think that, but I think a lot of the things that you're going to see tackle, I think everybody's going to feel like they are like the characters in one way or another.
Yeah.
So yeah. Is that wrong? No.
I said to you the other day, I think my character is going to make me a better parent. My character is a really good example
of how you should be.
Well, I just think he's just very free spirited and open minded, and I think I could take elements of Paul, and maybe insert that into my personal life, because we become so jaded in our everyday, and our characters are still pretty naive to the world because they've come off a commune.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they're seeing this world for the first time, and you're
different lenses.
Right, and you're seeing the perspective through their lens, and it's kind of a neat world that they're living in at this moment on our show.
And then lastly, have you guys brought your families to set at all?
Yeah, we have actually, and
we've only been on set for a week and a half.
Of course.
Yeah.
But yes,
but we have
tours.
We brought
I brought
everybody.
whole tours.
I know.
They're signing up. Who did you bring?
My mom.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and she's super excited to watch.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I brought my daughter. We had a father-daughter day, and she was with me for most of the day.